Hey guys, this is Joe with Screen Rant. I'm here with the cast and creators of Solar Opposite. How you guys doing?
Woo, we're doing great.
How are you?
Thanks for having us.
Hey, I'm doing great. How's the convention been for you guys so far?
Oh, it's been awesome. We did a signing. We gave out posters. The show isn't out yet, so everybody was like, thanks for this poster for something I don't know about. It was really cool.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about. Let's let everybody know what Solar Opposite is all about. I did a little bit of research on this, and I just want to know where this idea kind of came about.
So Justin Roiland isn't here right now. He had to pop out to go do some Rick and Morty stuff. But season 2 of Rick and Morty, Justin had drawn these 2 aliens, and he was like, my name's Mike McMahon. He was
one of the creators of the show.
Yeah, and he was like, let's come up with a show that's just fun to write and that feels like a sitcom, but then starts feeling like a normal show, and then just gets really weird as you go. And so we pitched it, and we got to make exactly the show we wanted to make. It's really fun. It's like it's a family show if everything is just slightly not right.
And because it's dropping all on Hulu at the same time. I'm Josh Bicel, one of the writers and EPs.
Oh, don't worry, your names are all going to appear.
Right here.
Exactly where you
Josh
are.
Bicel, right there.
I couldn't see mine,
Yes.
but now I do.
No, I do. Because it's on. It was so much fun for us because it's on Hulu, and we've never worked on a show where they all drop at the same time. Sure. We were able to do like a loose serialization so people can follow the stories, and that was awesome, and be able to do that.
Now, I know you said these characters have made a little bit of an appearance in Rick and Morty. Will this actually be in the Rick and Morty universe?
So I don't know if our guys actually end up in Rick and Morty. There's little kind of visual cues. The art was all designed by Justin, who also designed all the look of Rick and Morty. So to me, it looks like if you look at Solar Opposites, it looks like it takes place in a neighborhood near where Morty Smith lives.
Now, Mary and Sean, can you guys tell me a little bit about your guys' characters and who you play?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Sean.
Well, I play Yumulek, and he was a bounty hunter in training on the homeworld of Schlor.
I'm so proud of you. Yes.
And now he's on Earth, and he kind of thought he was like this bad boy, kind of cool dude, and now he's at school, and he's getting almost bullied almost. No, he is getting bullied because he even can I say shrink?
Yeah, you can tell, dude. Say whatever you want.
He gets to shrink the bully, but he kind of just hates Earth, but he also wants to conquer it and be liked by everyone.
Sean is really fun in this role because he's literally the nicest person in the world, and the character is like a nasty little jerk, and he does an amazing job at it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Do you ever get to play the jerk?
No, I straddled the jerk on one thing, but I think it was after this.
Oh,
He has a whole episode where he gets to kill all these Nazis in a weird Nazi bar.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
cool.
Spoiler alert. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's the only spoiler you get.
Yeah.
Mary, how about yourself?
Well, I'm kind of the opposite of Yumulek. I play Jessie, and I was born from Terry's finger, maybe even a nail clipping. Maybe that's why.
In our show, the alien kids aren't born. They cut off a little
Yeah.
piece of their skin and grow it in alien soil.
Yeah, everybody knew that. No, but I'm easily swayed into doing dark things, but I do want to fit in. I love the Stacys. I love Stacey K. I love Stacey R. I love Stacey F.
Cool girls at school.
Yeah, they're so cool, and I want to fit in. But also, if somebody pisses me off, I'm going to use the shrink ray. I'm going to take care of business, and I really look up to Yumulek as well.
A reoccurring theme in the show is to not bully an alien.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing about the ship is that the great thing about the ship is that they basically crash landed onto a sort of ranch style house in the suburbs and just bought that house because why not?
Right.
But they can go up to the ship for anything. So we have rays. We have a ray that can make you dumb, a ray that can make you smart.
Yeah.
We have rays for anything. The ship basically runs on
Lava.
ice lava.
Yeah.
That's hot and cold.
You ever retrace your steps, Eliza?
We're dropping all kinds of spoilers here at Screen Rant.
Yeah, we have the ship basically we can go to for anything we want.
It's okay.
Now, for Josh and Mike, question for you guys. So, what can fans of Rick and Morty and Happy Endings kind of feel like take away from this, or kind of like feel like, okay, this is something else that feels familiar that you guys have worked on?
To me, I feel like, there are so many jokes in every second of this show that a lot of the times there's literally websites that count how many jokes that happen in Rick and Morty, and I think on Happy Endings you guys did the same. Where we're trying to make a show for people who love TV because we love TV. So the characters are really, really clear, and the jokes never ever stop, and that just brings me a lot of joy when you watch it.
I want to talk about being on TV opposed to Hulu for a second, or being on Hulu opposed to TV, because you guys have 2 seasons already, and I believe it's 16 episodes in total. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
And Hulu, with it all dropping at the same time, does that change the way that you guys kind of write things in terms of an episodic?
Definitely. I think we were talking about it earlier. So we have 8 that will drop in the spring, right? 2020.
next
and then
year,
8 more that will drop at another time. And it very much changed the way we wrote and the way we broke the season, just knowing that, like I said, we had never gotten to do anything like that. So knowing that they were all going to drop at the same time, and knowing that, you know, someone was hopefully binging them, we really, they're, in a lot of ways, they all stand alone, but there are a couple things that run through the whole 8 that culminate in a great way that we wouldn't have gotten to do, or we wouldn't have done if they were just dropping one at a time like traditional TV.
Sure.
Even on Rick and Morty, you don't know if somebody has seen episode 2
Right.
when they watch episode 3, but because we're on Hulu,
I don't think you're pronouncing that.
Hulu. It's on Hulu. We're on Hulu.
Hulu.
Because you're on Hulu, when you log in, no matter how they drop it, you're always going to be given the option of all the episodes. So there is a lot of rewarding, fun jokes and storytelling we get to do that we've never gotten to do before. It was awesome.
Sean, Mary, can you talk to me a little bit about the recording process and how much you guys are able to improv and just getting in the booth and just working?
Joe, I like how you're including us in the interview. We're encouraged to improv. We are, aren't we? We have a great time. These people are so nice to work with, and we get to say what we want. You can swear now, because that's another thing with Hulu, is you get to swear.
Hulu.
You get to Hulu.
We're still working on learning how to say
Yeah, we
Hulu.
don't know
We
it
haven't
yet.
figured it out.
I don't think I figured it out quite yet either.
But yeah, we're encouraged to, and sometimes these guys will say stuff off the mic or not on record. We don't think it's on record, but then they sneak in there and they take it and they use it. So that's kind of cool, because those are the most natural parts too, and the most natural reactions.
How much is Sean and Mary's personality kind of inform their characters kind of moving forward?
Mary, for sure.
She is such an alien. You are totally an alien. Every time we sit with her, we're like, well, that's just going to be an episode.
Right.
And then I think we do the opposite with Sean, where we're like, he's the nicest guy in the world. Who can we have him decimate in the show?
Whose throat can we have him slit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like getting real riled up and being mad in the
Oh,
booth?
yes, I do. It's an experience. I mean, there's some scenes that you write in, and like, there are words I've never said before. So I just like,
Well, don't say them now.
yeah, well, not now.
I
But
always
in the
give
booth.
them. I give them a clean option. When there's a dirty option, I also sneak in a clean option.
Yeah.
That's your Midwestern
I
flavor.
bet you do that. I
A
bet Sean
fudge
does
replaces
that.
the F word a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But Sean, I notice when he gets mean or mad, his Chicago mob accent comes out. He
My
really
nice
mobs it
guys,
up.
yeah.
Chicago mob
He's
accent.
got
I do.
Chicago roots. You really want to hear some Chicago accent?
Call the cops, Chicago. I hear those words.
I was just. Are we in Chicago right now?
That's
I know.
insane.
Transported there. Amazing, dude. Amazing.
Besides laughs, what are you looking forward to audience taking away from the show?
I think that these characters are really, really lovable. Like, we were trying to write really classic feeling TV characters that no matter what they're doing, you're like, I gotta show up again and see what these aliens are up to. And they're funny, and they always have, you know, aside from all the jokes, which is the most fun part to write, the hardest thing is that we're trying to build in an emotional core at all times, and that's what's going to keep you coming back, because you want to laugh, but you actually want to care about what you're watching, and I think I think we accomplished that first season, and it's just really fun to watch them kind of grow as the season goes.
There's something about being an outsider
Sure.
that is really cool about this show, and I think everybody, you know, it's very cliche to say, but like everyone feels like an alien at sometimes. Everyone feels like an outsider, and there's something great about watching these characters try to fit in their own terrible ways. That's very relatable, I think. Even in the craziest stuff we've done, there's always a moment where you go, oh yeah, I felt that way before. I just didn't act like an alien would act. But and maybe there's sometimes I wanted to do that stuff, and I think that's really cool.
Did I hear you guys right, or correct me if I'm wrong? You said this is for the whole family?
No.
Okay, I was just gonna say.
There's a whole family in the show.
Sure. Okay.
But
just
there
making
is
sure.
way too much violent on-screen
so
murder.
only for the small children.
Nope.
Perfect.
Nope.
That's. He's like, nope.
If you
I
like
think-
Baby Shark, you'll like this.
I think if you're watching Rick and Morty, it's for you. And even then, if your kids are sneaking out and watching Rick and Morty, this show might give them nightmares. So I think we're even a little more violent because of Hulu, I think. I mean,
Yay,
nobody's told us to
Hulu.
stop. We were like, let's go as far as we want. and
Are
see
they
if
new
we stop.
Hulu reps in this
There
room?
are,
There's
but
one
we
right
love
there,
boy.
right there. The
Oh
head
my
Hulu
God.
rep is right there.
Oh, no.
One
we
of the
love
most
Hulu.
powerful men in show business.
We love Hulu.
Now you've been given. It seems like you've been given a lot of leeway to do what you guys really want to do with this show. How much of what you guys wanted to put in made it in 100%?
I mean,
It's the first show I've ever worked on in my many years of show business where what we wanted to do, we got to do. Pretty
that's
much.
crazy to me.
It is the best experience I've ever had.
we
for
pitched
sure.
a concept in, I think, 2016 that in the room that Justin and I talked about when we were driving to the pitch, and we fell in love with it, and it is still there. It's like still a huge part of the show. And as we watched it finished, we were both just like, we have never seen that before. Where it like you knew what you wanted to do and you did it, and it's just this is like the most. Everybody who works on the show, from like everybody except Mary Mack, is like, I have so much fun on this show.
Yeah, I can't. I'm done.
See,
No, come back, Mary.
Okay, I'll
she's
come
back.
Come back.
Now,
Come back.
I know you guys got a panel in a couple hours. What can people expect in that panel from what you guys are
when does this air?
hopefully very soon.
Very soon.
Ask our editor over there. No.
I think you're going to be able to see a lot more of the show than anybody's ever seen before. If you're in that room, you're going to be able to see a little bit of color, which is the last thing that gets made before it airs. We're going to show a lot of character stuff. It's going to be really funny.
Personalities.
Yep.
You're going to see a lot of Mary Mack.
We're gonna see our
T-shirts.
real-
T-shirts.
Whoa,
Oh, yeah, don't
we're
forget about
gonna
the
see
T-shirts.
Some home-crafted puffy paint T-shirts by Mike McMahon's request.
Nope.
And he loves them. Oh, I can't get enough.
I do like
so,
'em.
we are bringing out a whole line of Mary Mac made puffy paint T-shirts. If you'd like some for Screen Rant,
1,000% I'm in.
I could ship them to you.
1,000%.
Mary made us puffy paint T-shirts that we are delightfully wearing at the panel.
Are you, Mike? Are you going to be sporting one of these as well?
Yeah, I'm going to be wearing the T-shirt.
Now I feel like I have to go to just to
I
see
would come
one.
just for the T-shirts.
Right.
Forget about the show.
A lot of compliments this morning.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I wasn't prepared to make them. I got to where I didn't even know what I was going to do till right when I was at the T-shirt.
And you can't tell that by looking at the T-shirt at all.
No, you can't.
Oh, yeah, the T-shirts, you can't even tell. There was zero forethought. They're great.
Looks like you went to the 78th floor on the IDS building, got it professionally made in
true.
downtown Minneapolis.
That's true. That's actually true.
Deep cut right there.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That is deep Minneapolis info.
Very deep.
Well, look, Hulu. You guys are on for 2 seasons. When can we see the first episode drop on Hulu of Solar Opposites?
I don't know the exact date, but they are being animated right now, and you can expect them early in 2020.
We can't wait, early 2020. But check out the panel if you guys are here at San Diego. I am Joe with Screen Rant. Thank you guys so much for stopping by.
Thank you, man.
Joe.
Pleasure.